Elle m'a dit merci, moi je savais qu'elle allait
Hello people. Facebook is building an audience.
Bah pas du tout, c'est un expression.
Telling me it might take a few minutes. They're spreading the word according to them. Congratulations, this is your most watched live video yet. I don't see nobody yet. They can trick you, make you feel good about keeping up with their live video. I hope you're having a good day. I'm here at work. Just went through a couple of things a while ago. I thought I would come and talk about it because boy, the struggle is real. Can you hear me good though? I'm doing school run today. There's a lot of noise as you can see. Trying not to show you the people picking me them. Today's not too bad, you know. It's a little bit warm outside. Don't need to be wearing a big coat or what's not. I don't know if it's the heat that got people excited, but boy, if I ever tell you, good morning, Janelle Edward Blake. If I ever tell you what I just witnessed on the road, people on the bus, I never knew people could like be so dedicated to plan a fight, you know, especially like kids. I didn't know that. I knew people was planning things, you know. I'm a professional at planning because I love planning. But youth, planning a fight, I don't think this is something I've ever done in my life. I don't think this is something, I think I actually fight twice in my, or once. I don't remember fighting twice. I think I had like a real fight when I was younger. It was just once and because I got attacked, I defended myself. Apart from that, I don't think I ever fought in my life. People, I was on the bus here. I was on the bus on my way to work. And one bus stop after where I got on, those two girls came on and I was sitting on the upper deck because you know in London we have the double decker. And these girls came up with the most noise, you know. First of all, they bail out when they come on the bus. And then they was talking about these fights. But you know, I was listening to music, so I didn't pick up the conversation straight away. But when I turned around, I see one of them was crying. You know, she was really crying, like some real tears, like either somebody that you just beat up or somebody who's really upset. You know, when you cry, like when your heart is broken and real warm or hot tears dropping off your eyes. Yes, that's how the girl was crying. She was doing some serious crying, man. And when I saw her, I was like, all right, then let me fast a little bit. So I took off my headphones and I started listening to what they were saying. Can you believe that this group of girls, there was about 8 of them, was just there on the phone conversation after phone conversation, trying to organize a fight, maps out how the friend, the one who was crying, was gonna go and fight with some next girl, and how the next girl crew shouldn't organize to jump her because they had an experience like that. They had an experience like that already in Camberwell early on, and she got jumped, yeah, and apparently some big fat boy dived into her clothes and all these things. And all I could do was shake my head. All I could do was shake my head. I couldn't do nothing else. I didn't know what to do. How can you just, I don't know, how can you just, like, at your young age, you're not even planning how you're gonna go home right now and get your homework together or what's not. No, you're not planning about that, you know. You're planning how you're gonna go and fight, if you can do it at a certain location, or if you have to move from location to location, and do it there. 1 second, people. Amélie, Amélie, joue autour de l'arbre d'abord en attendant que le quart de fossile arrive. Quand le quart de fossile sera là, tu pourras aller le voir. So yeah, how do you like, you know, just sit down there, mats up, make phone calls about how the fight is going to get organized and what's not. And if you check, the tallest one is not even 14 or 13. They're small babies, and they're there on the phone calling each other and say, yes, where are you? Are they going to jump her? No, they can't bring no bottle, this and that. Come on, people. Anyway, let me start it back again. So I was saying, I was on the bus today coming for work. If you realize, this is my first live because I was so shocked by the situation. I was like, nah man, this can't be possible. I was on the bus coming from work here, and one bus stop after I got on, these school girls came up. There was about like 8 of them, and I think the oldest one was like 13, 14, really, if you check. Yeah, and one of them was crying. One of them was crying. So I was looking at her and I was wondering why she was crying. At that time I was listening to music, so I took off my headphone and I was like, yeah, let me try and find out why she's crying. So I was listening to what they were saying now, and this girl was just there planning their fight. Apparently the one who was crying was the one who was supposed to fight. So first of all, you know you're going to fight and you're crying, and then you and your 7 friends are there on the bus planning out, sorting out how you're gonna fight, where you're gonna go to fight, which location you're gonna go to, if the police is involved, if your school is aware, if your teacher is aware. Apparently some of the teachers are aware, and they told the school principal. So the school contacted the other school where the other schoolgirls were from, and the other school contacted the police. So the other girls they were supposed to fight with was on the bus behind us. Yeah, they was on the bus behind us, but apparently they couldn't come off the bus because there was a police car following them. I don't know. I really don't know, people. I really don't know. I don't understand how you can sit down there, make phone calls and all these things just to plan a fight. There's no problem, Stephen Broad, but boy, I'm scared for future generations. And the fact that all of them were girls, all of them were females, is even more worrying, because you know, you're thinking that there is no full hope for the future of the nation. You're thinking like probably in 2030 the animals them gonna be looking at us and thinking, wow, how come we became so civilized and the humans then became so savage? I really don't know. So all the while I was on the bus now, I was just hoping that none of them come on, none of the one from the next who came on the bus and start fight. Because not only it can be very dangerous, but then again, it's their choice to fight. But that would delay everybody else that have something productive to go and do. You understand? When we got to Stockwell station, you need to see the bag of police at the bus stop. Like the police don't have nothing better to do. If you just pick up yourself, if they have so much mouth to plan a fight, how come they don't get enough mouth to get themselves out of the fight? Because when the girl was crying and her friend was making phone calls after phone calls, I thought that's what she was trying to do. I thought she was trying to calm down the situation and call the next crew and say, listen, let's try and find some other form of arrangement so that we don't have to fight. And the worst thing is that all the while they was talking about their friend getting jumped, but I never heard one of them saying that if their friend was getting jumped, they would jump in it too. But in life, you need to find out which kind of friend you walk with, you know. Because sometimes friendship makes the struggle real. Because I swear the one who was supposed to fight, the one who was crying, if her friend wasn't there, she would have gone home by a long time ago. She would have gone home a long time ago. But you, her friends, are there and boosting her up and setting up the fight and finding out if the police is in Stockwell, so they can't go and fight in Stockwell, so maybe they have to go to Kennington to go and fight. This is too much planning, people. Not even as the manager I plan so much. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know, people. No, seriously. Seriously. And I think one of them was already banned from the next school because she was talking about, oh, I'm not supposed to be going there because the teacher said that if I go there, I'm gonna get arrested or what's not. So you know, if you go there, you're gonna get arrested, but yet you still you're still planning on fighting and what's not. Now when I got on the underground, one next struggle. This father with his little daughter, who I don't know what she was doing. I don't know if she was like, she didn't want to wear a trouser or something like that. Anyway, she had the button of a trouser open and the zip down. And the father was struggling for her to zip up her trouser and close the button. And she didn't want to. She cut him up about $3. All I could hear was bo bo on his face. And all the father could say is, oh, you hurt me. Oh, this is not nice to do. Why are you hitting me? This and that. Really though? Your little girl, she's about 3-4 years old and she cut you about $3. And all you're gonna tell her is, oh, you hurt me. Damn. Anyway, people, I had a few minutes while at work. So I don't know, I've seen videos of fights, I've seen all type of things, I've seen posts online about fights, I've seen articles about it, but I've never really like witnessed myself a group fight, and I'm glad I didn't today. But just that whole effort to plan it, it kinda, I don't know, it kinda traumatized me, it kinda made me feel away. I'm not gonna lie. It really made me feel away. I'm really not gonna lie to you people. But now I have to go back to work, so Amélie, ton sac. I have to get back to work, people, so I'm gonna have to love and leave you, and hopefully I can come back up at some time today and see what and you know, we can talk about it again, because boy, the struggle is really real. The struggle is really real, people. It's so disturbing that people... Hello. Hello. See you. it's so disturbing that people will go to such an extent, you know, such I mean, don't they have exams this year or something that they can be planning about, and you know, something productive, or even they could be making plans about killing the fight, man. But no, all they're planning on is how they can actually get to fight. And this girl who's cutting her dad 3 to 4 bucks. This way, girls. The girl who is cutting her dad 3 to 4 bucks, and all the dad can say is, "Oh, you hurt me." Why? I don't know. Some of you are gonna say, "Yeah, you're not a parent, you can't understand," but I'm just 27 and I was a kid not too long ago, and I can remember exactly what I made my parents go through. And I know that anytime I made my mother go through something, I knew I was being brave. But you know, that doesn't mean that I don't know what certain parents can go through and how certain parents can try and handle a situation. You understand? Because even though, come on guys, even though you don't do it yourself, you still kind of go through it as a child, and you know, you still have like a small experience. No, you still have like a small experience of how it works. But anyway, people, that was just me telling you about the fight planning that I just witnessed. And I don't know, you know, like we're hearing a lot of stories, especially in London at the moment, of this youth got stabbed and all these things, and these youths carrying like massive knives to school and what's not, and to know that they don't do nothing to defuse their fight is really disturbing. I am. No, I'm just here.
She has her space.
Yes, because when they start moving, it's a different story. So you need your own space, otherwise you get some bump.
You walk 2 paces behind me. See you later.
All right, then see you.
Let's go, boo-boos and babas. See you later, Emily. Have fun.
Bye.
Bye, bye, Manuela.
Mila, the time in Jamaica was really good. It was really good. I think that kind of it was a very good experience for me, because you know, sometimes you see certain things that you have certain places that you see on TV and you hear about it in the media and what's not, and you hear about it from people, and then you have the same place that you experience by yourself, and I think that gives you like a good lesson of not fully take what you hear into account until you fully experience it yourself. Because the Jamaica where I've been and the Jamaica that I've seen is totally different from the Jamaica that I heard about, and is a total different place. I'm not saying that what he said about Jamaica is a total lie and that there is no danger there or there is no violence or whatever, but what I can say is that while I was there, it was an amazing place to live at. Seriously, the kids running up and down and playing together. Like, I can't remember having a full day without my belly hurting me from laughing. I was cracking up the whole day. I had so much energy. I would wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and be ready for the day, you know. Like, the place was nice. Kingston was like a mad city. Kingston was like a bad city, and funny enough, it reminds me so much of my own hometown in Ivory Coast. So I didn't feel much difference, you know. Like I keep on saying, it felt like I took the plane to go somewhere, but I moved from one home to the next home, because I felt so comfortable when I got there. Like it was just a funny feeling, you know. I felt so comfortable. I feel like I didn't move. The only thing that changed was the weather and probably like the scenery behind me. But apart from that, everything was the same thing. Everything was just, you know, I just felt so, it was so homely. I just felt so comfortable, so at home, so relaxed. Like I had a lot of things to plan. I had a whole schedule to get sorted and what's not. But I think I'm a person with work, I stress myself a lot because I like things to be done the right way. So I think I can say that's the only stress I had, because I was stressing myself out to get the schedule together, to get the interviews together, to get the right information, because also it's a place that I don't know. So if I don't get the right addresses or what's not, it can be different type of problem. But apart from that, that's an amazing place. And when I'm telling you it's an amazing place, I'm telling you that I haven't been to the tourist part yet. We passed through the North Coast, but we didn't really like, you know, I didn't see the Jamaica that tourists see and can tell you, oh, Jamaica is beautiful, because all they see is the blue sky and the blue sea and a little bit of green behind them. I went to the deepest hole in Kingston. I went to jungle. I went to all these places, but yet I can still come and tell you that this is a truly amazing place, and the people down there are so nice. The people down there are so nice. Just like everywhere, you would have people who are good and people who are bad, but when you take like the generality from the equation, Jamaica is just truly an amazing place where you can just enjoy yourself. You can just enjoy yourself, you know. I was at home doing nothing, and I was feeling good because I was enjoying myself. I could hear the kids downstairs make trouble, and I would laugh at them, you know, or even in the morning I would see Rapper trying to feed the dog, and the dog don't pay him no mind, and all these things. It was actually quite funny. I had fun, I can say, most of the time. I had fun from morning come till night come, till I drop asleep. It was all fun. Yes, Nicole, Jamaica is nice. Steven, it was so amazing to see you. You know, yesterday we actually just realized that we didn't take any pictures with you. But boy, Steven don't even look like the rest of the Jamaican them in his dressing. He have a dress code that I see in France and in England. So Steven dressed up like a foreigner, all in black with his little hat and his little bag on the side and what's not. But yes, man, you guys have a nice, a very, very, very nice country. A very, very nice island. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not going to lie. I fully enjoyed myself. I'm actually ready to go back. So, you know, anybody wanna chip in for my ticket, just send it on. Because I'm ready to go back right now. Like, you know, I came back to the UK and I'm facing my struggle again because I have a problem with food. I have a problem with food. There's a lot of processed food here. There's a lot of unhealthy food. You know, I went to the market on Sunday because I was away for 2 weeks. So obviously when I came back, nothing was in the house. And I went and get some beef. And people up till today, I can't confirm if they sold me beef or some red looking pork. I really can't tell you. I really can't tell you, because when I washed the meat before cooking it, the meat became white, you know, and I washed it with cold water. And I know if I like soak some, if I wash some meat with some vinegar and some hot water or what's not, it's gonna go a little bit white on the surface, you know, because the first the first layer kind of cook a little bit. But I rinsed the meat with some cold water and it became white. And then I was wondering, is this really beef? Why is the color coming off? But I still cooked it because I said maybe it's a part of the beef that I don't know that is not as red as the rest of the beef. So I still cooked it. And when the meat cooked now and I cut a piece of it to see inside was all white. Inside was all white. And before I left, I already had the struggle that I couldn't eat because me, I love my food. I love good food. And knowing that the ingredients that I'm using to cook or what's not are not real, or you know, like when you don't know exactly what you're cooking or what you're doing, it becomes, it's disturbing. Because if you a person who try to respect your body, I'm not saying I'm the healthiest person, but I try to respect my body a minimum. You need to know exactly what you put into your body. You need to know exactly what you're putting into your body, and the fact that you think that you're putting something but it actually happens to be something different, it's disturbing. So yeah, so the struggle is on again. I can't eat no chicken because the last time I bought a chicken and I roasted it, when I started eating the chicken breast, it literally like dissolved in my mouth, turned into some kind of puree, you know. And I swear if it wasn't mixed with my saliva, it would have turned into some kind of powder, turned into some kind of puree, and I couldn't swallow that. I had to spit it out because it was just thick on my tongue. It was just thick in my mouth, and I had to spit it out. So that now is simply telling me that I can't eat no meat unless I go to a farm and get some meat. You understand? But we're living in London. Where you gonna find a farm to go and get some fresh meat? Furthermore, to begin with, the food that you get is some meat that was there probably 1 or 2 months ago, done expire already, done freeze it and defrost and freeze again and defrost again, and you know, because when you go to the shops you don't get nothing fresh. You don't get anything fresh. And you know that the vegetables is the same thing. You don't really get no fresh vegetables. Sometimes you buy some veggies and the next day you have to cook them, otherwise they spoil because of all the chemicals and everything they put on it. So it's a real struggle, man. When I was in Jamaica I never had so much problem, you know. Not even trying to find out if the food would taste nice or not. As the food is in front of me, I just eat it and done, because I know it will be turned up, regardless of if it's something that I normally like or I don't like. I knew that from it coming in front of me it would be nice. You understand? But here you can get fresh meat, but then again you need to have the budget for it. Because let's say you're buying, like for example, some organic chicken, which would taste a little bit better than the whatever processed chicken that they sell. Boy, you need to start counting. You need to start going from, let's say, 13, 14 pound to 21 pound, 30 pound for the one chicken. That's the thing, Linda. I went to Brixton Market that has a lot of, I don't know, you can call them butcher, but it's just frozen meat that they put on the shelf that defrosts during the day, and if they don't sell it, they put it back in a freezer for tomorrow. I remember I had the experience before where I bought a box of chicken, and in the middle of my box of chicken I had about 6 to 7 pieces of chicken fully green. So you know, like you can go to some good butchers and what's not, but you just need to have the budget for it. And I'm a person, I don't really play, like I don't mind putting the money in when it comes to the food or what's not, because I'm not like, I'm really like a materialistic person. I would rather feed myself properly than saving my money to get a bag or something like that. But come on, sometimes it gets ridiculous. And I think in certain places, like for example here in England, those who was born here, they don't really feel the difference because this is what they've forever been having. You understand? That's what they've been eating since forever. So they don't really know the difference. Growing up in Africa now, I had everything fresh. You understand? When you go to the market, they kill the chicken in front of you. You pay your money, they kill the chicken, they remove the feathers, and they give it to you with all the organs inside. Or even if they remove the organs, they leave some of the organs that some people eat, which is like the liver and how you call it, the gizzard and all these things. So your chicken is really fresh. And then you come here and you start eating some chicken that's been dead since the past 6 weeks, 6-7 weeks. It's different. You can't adapt to it. You just cannot, because it's I mean, I don't think most people actually know what meat tastes like. You know, like if you blind their eyes and you give them certain food, they wouldn't know which is which, just because they're not used to having a certain type of meat or food. Because each food have its own very distinct flavor. But yes, people, I'm not gonna stay so long. I didn't come to stay so long. I was just feeling a way about this whole fight planning that I witnessed on the bus, you know, and I found it very unfortunate that little girls would go to such an extent to, you know, to fight altogether. Like, what you get in fighting, there's no pride, there's nothing. You're going to fight and you're crying. That means you don't want to fight. So are you really going to fight because your friend are boosting you? Is it really worth it? If you get jumped by 50 people, are your friends going to jump in to defend you? No, they never make plan to do it. I never heard them saying anything like that. So, but anyway, maybe if I do a live with Rapper, we can touch back on the topic for more people to hear it, because it's very disturbing. I always see some articles about a group of 100 kids fought outside their school and one got stabbed or whatever. But I thought, like, I know it's happening and I know it's real, but I didn't know that was thing that they would actually plan so seriously. You know, like, you're 13 years old. Try and reach 50 first before somebody come and stab you. Like, at least, if you don't want to do too much with yourself, if you don't want to do too much with your life, try and reach at least 50 before somebody come and fight you and stab you, before you start planning to fight with people. Anyway, people, I'm gonna love you and leave you. Yes, Linda, it's mostly frozen food that we eating. Even when you go to the butcher and you feel like, oh, you're having a nice piece of chicken and it look fresh, they just defrost that. It was frozen before it got defrosted and looked fresh. Everything's frozen. Every single thing. Every single thing. Doreen, pick up yourself. Hi, Rochelle. Destiny, respect. Hi, Jennifer Wilson. Whitney, Nicole Wellington. Yes, guys, so I'm at work now doing pickup, so the kids, them are good. They're sitting down quietly playing with the dog that's behind them, so I'm keeping an eye on them same way. But yeah, hi to Ripa. I hope I pronounced the name right. Hi Beverly. But yes, people, I know also some of you coming from Rabat page, I know we haven't been doing much lives, but I can tell you the truth right now, I still feel jet lag. I didn't know I would feel jet lag, but I think because we have such a bad routine, like, which means we're going to sleep very late and we're waking up very early, and then we went to Jamaica where we still have like a time difference, although we used to leave like at the hours that Jamaicans and US people normally leave, but coming back you still feel it, and I think we're still very tired, which is why we haven't been on. But I know Sheila been asking for the dental night. She's been asking me that for the past 2 weeks, so I think the least we can do is try tomorrow evening and do a live, or even this evening and do the relationship thing. Thank you, Patricia. I know, and this is my prize, you know, my sunglasses. They're my big girl's glasses. My big girl's glasses. No, Ingrid, I don't work for Lambeth. Yes, Rapper, big up yourself wherever you are. I don't know if you're watching, I saw you sharing a while ago, but if you there, big up yourself. Alright people, I'm gonna love you and leave you. I hope you have a very productive day, whatever time it is where you are. It's already 4:34 here, so the day is pretty much done, but there's still a lot to be done. A lot could still happen, so I hope you have a very good day, a very productive day. It's nice and sunny today, so if you can come out and try and refill tiny bit on your vitamin D, that would be good, because it will save you from a lot of health problems. So even if you're not doing anything, try and sit down where you find a little bit of sun ray and refill tiny bit, because you're not going to get much, but a little bit on your vitamin D is always good for your body. And yes, just, you know, stay positive, people, and boy, I hope we get somewhere very soon where we can make kids understand that life is greater than what they actually see and what they actually think it is. So they shouldn't waste their time planning a fight, but instead they should take their time and plan on their future, because nobody can do it for them. Let me show you outside a little bit. Why should we trying to show you outside and this big van passes? Why is not showing you? The big van is there, so you're not going to see much. Yes, it's nice outside on my balcony. That's the right way to do it, Ingrid. Go on your balcony and refill a little bit on vitamin D. As I say, you're not gonna get much, because if you're in the UK, you know, the sun is more about light than actually real sun ray and energy coming down. But it is what it is. We have to deal with it. Yvonne Mary, yes man, that's the way. That's the way. Is it sunny in the US? Like, I know people come from different parts. I know in America you have some place where it's snowing, and when you check the next place it's like bare sunny and what's not. So if you guys are lucky enough to have some sun where you are, take my advice, step out 2 seconds and get some lights. Get some light, refill your body, refill your energy. It's very important to do that. We need to care for ourselves, and that will save you from having to take like vitamin D pills and what's not, because those are just chemical. All these people feel like they can give you vitamin D on the pill when this is something that's supposed to be coming from the sun. I don't know, it's like they feel like they're trapping piece of sun and putting it on the pills, and they're selling that to you and telling you, yeah, you're getting some vitamin D. These people, everything is good for them to sell. Everything. Well, 70 degrees in Atlanta. Oh, is that good or is that bad? Like, to tell you the truth, we like in France, we use the degrees as well, but it's kind of different. So anytime I see the numbers, like on the weather numbers for America, I'm always scared, because one day I remember I saw something about like 100 degrees or something, and I was like, hell, it can't be so hot, like they must be in hell or somewhere. And then somebody told me, no, it's actually different. How you call it, the temperature reads differently. Because like, for example, if I say it's 25 degrees here or 30 degrees in the UK or in France, you know it would be relatively hot. But I don't really know how they work it out in different countries. And some people, I think you guys using Fahrenheit, right? Is that what it's called? Fahrenheit or something like that. I think that's what it's called. Hello, Samo Piper. It's going to snow. Gosh, man, I can't manage the snow right now. Like, I had a lot of expectation coming back from Jamaica. I was hoping that summer would already be there, but summer is not there yet. But at least it's warmer. I don't have to wear like 500 clothes at once. And I don't know, the weather is just nice. I'm not going to lie. It's sunny and it's not warm, but you can wear like a jumper and a small jacket and you're good. Yeah, it's not the type of weather where you're gonna step out and catch flu same time. No, it's not like that. So that's a good look already. So hopefully we carry on the same line and summer comes soon, very soon. But yes, people, as I was saying, I'm gonna love you and leave you guys. It was nice speaking with you. I feel a little much better that I spoke to you. And you know, yes, 70 is warm, but still a little breezy, light jacket weather. Yeah, so I think it's about the same thing here. Because that's how it feels. It's warm, but you can feel the little breeze. Yeah, it gets really dark in England. Like, you know, sometimes you have the sun 2 seconds and then it can get dark like all of a sudden. England is mad. Like, when I moved to England, I've heard something about like experiencing all the weather in one day. And I was like, nah man, what are you guys talking about? And one day, if I tell you, in less than 5 minutes, I experienced every single weather. It was snowing, it was sunny, but sunny and hot. Then it was very windy and all of the leaves from the tree would fall down. And then it was just mad. So apparently that's a real thing in the UK. I don't know if you have that in other countries where you get the winter or stuff. I don't know if you get that in other country where you get the winter, but boy, I was shocked. I'm sitting on the bus and the kids just show me something. They're playing with the seats and they just tap on the seat and you can see all of the turds flying from the seats. Yeah, disgusting. 4 seasons in one day, I'm telling you. Anyway, people, let me love and leave you. Bye. Thank you for watching. Thank you for interacting with me. I'm gonna try it again one next time. Hopefully I'll have nicer things to come and tell you. I'm not gonna come and tell you how horrified I am to see 13 years old girls flying in a fight. But yes, people, have a beautiful day. Stay positive. Try and get a little bit of sun if you can. Recharge on your vitamin D is very important. Don't go and take pills to get some vitamin D. They can't trap the sun, you know. They can't trap the sunlight. Everything you need is in nature. You don't need to spend your money to be healthy. Everything you need is in nature. If you feel tired or whatever and you need to recharge your battery, look for somewhere that is very sunny and just go sit down under the sun, the sun ray, and then you'll feel like your body is recharging, just like a battery. Just like a battery. Well, if you can't find no sun, obviously you're gonna have to rely on the pills and what's not. But if you can avoid it, try and get it naturally. Hi, Rosie. All right, people. Much love and have a productive day. You know. Have a beautiful day. I'm sure you're excited today. This is London. Nowhere is green. Nothing is pretty. No much trees. No much bush. Nothing. That's why you go. No cane field on the roadside. No water to expect, except from the rain. But that's how you go. But yes, people. Lots of love.